I'm CJ Rosenbaum, one of the founding partners of Rosenbaum Famularo. We're going to be talking about today are just one aspect of non-expedited arbitrations against Amazon. And I am blessed to have one of our killer paralegals, Dana Rodriguez, here to ask the questions so we can get the information out to sellers around the world.
So I'm sure this is a question of many sellers out there. What is it like dealing with arbitrators?
Listen, dealing with an arbitrator or even a panel of arbitrators is really like dealing with a judge, okay? I've got a decade and a half of trying cases. All I did for about 15 years is try cases. So I've dealt with great judges, god-awful judges, and everything in between. Judges who are screamers and judges who don't say a word. I've even dealt with a judge who would talk on the telephone during your trial, okay? So what is it like? You have to get a read on who the arbitrator is. And you do that by the initial research before you select the arbitrator. And if it's a really corporate, straight-laced person, you want to speak with them constantly in a professional manner and play to who they are.
Okay.
If it's an arbitrator who's more like a guy who's in the trenches, then you want to adjust yourself accordingly.
Right.
But I think underlying everything is that you, as a lawyer, as a trial lawyer, you always have to be yourself, but you certainly have to adjust yourself to whoever your audience is, who you're trying to persuade, and that's the arbitrator.
Okay, so I know that you actually get to rank which arbitrators that you want in arbitration. What exactly do you look for in an arbitrator when you're choosing?
Okay, if we represent a seller who is taking Amazon to arbitration because Amazon won't pay them, won't return their inventory, or we're fighting for reinstatement, okay, I'm looking for an arbitrator who has, during his or her career, fought for the underdog. Someone who has donated time, someone that belongs to charities that are really in the trenches trying to help people. So I'm really looking for someone who is sort of a people person as opposed to a historically corporate lawyer. Now, if we represent an Amazon seller who is being sued by Amazon or being brought to Amazon for arbitration for a loan that Amazon made to the corporation, and they're going after our client personally, then I want a corporate guy. Okay? Then I want someone who's going to read the language of the contract, really follow the law to the letter, and stick it to Amazon. So there's a lot of strategy involved. And so when we're selecting the arbitrators, we're looking at who they are, where they worked, documents they've written, what bar associations or charities they belong to. We're looking at their websites, and we try to get a feel kind of who they are, and then we make our kind of a best guess as to which ones we think will be good for that particular case. And also there are people involved, right?
Right.
So if Dana was the client, right? Dana smiles and she's warm and she's friendly, and I'm going to want an arbitrator who is open to that. If I have a client who's rather cold and formal, I'm going to want an arbitrator who's going to be more open to that type of person. So it takes a lot of thought, and I think that my hundreds and hundreds of trials that I was involved in have really given me a good training. Really have provided good training to try and figure out, one, which arbitrators we want, and then once we get an arbitrator, how to play that arbitrator to see things our way.
Okay, and in our experience, again, have you noticed that we usually get the arbitrator that we desire?
It's very rare that we get our first choice. Now, the way it works is you get a list of the arbitrators, you do your research, and you can strike one or two, and you number the rest. First choice, second choice, third choice. Amazon gets the same opportunity. So it's very, very rare that our first choice will also be Amazon's first choice. They're lawyers, they're really good lawyers, and they also are looking for an arbitrator that they can manipulate to find in their favor. So do we often get our second or third choice? All the time. Third is usually the one that we'll get, but sometimes we'll get the second. Also, it's really key to doing good research, and we've researched now dozens of arbitrators, and we already have a library, and we also keep notes. And as we go through an arbitration, things that we liked about that arbitrator and things that we disliked about the arbitrator. And even in cases that we have lost, we may like certain aspects of that arbitrator for the next case.
Okay, well, that is all the questions that I have for today.
Okay, so that is how do we speak with arbitrators. We've done separate videos on the demand for arbitration, the pre-hearing conference, the hearings, the discovery process. So if you like this video, please share it, please like it, please mention how awesome Dana is. And if you have any questions or concerns, please call us. It's always a free consultation for Amazon sellers.